everyone, this is Charlotte of the Boyer Family Singers blog, and today I'm bringing to you an everyday 1960s inspired makeup look. This look features some bold eyebrows, a subtle cat eye, and some very nude lips, so I hope you all will tune in for more and enjoy this tutorial. What you will need for this look is a BB cream, a concealer, finishing powder, a rose mauve blush, an eyebrow pencil, clear brow gel, eye primer, white eyeshadow, black mascara, and a nude lip crayon. Alright, I'm going to start off by putting my hair back in a headband, and I am starting off with a clean, moisturized face. And that's very important because a clean face will mean that your makeup stays on longer because your pores haven't yet made too much oil. And moisturization is really good for winter because that will keep your makeup from peeling up later on. So I am going to be using Physicians Formula BB cream, and this is in light. And this is really great because it's a beauty balm, so it's more moisturizing than just plain old foundation. And I'm just going to be applying that all over my face. And just rubbing it in. And making sure to get to the edge of my face, that way there's no lines. And now I'm going to be taking a buffing brush and just buffing all that in lightly all around the edge. Around my nose just to make sure there's no lines. Okay, and now to ensure that we have a very flawless 1960s complexion, I'm going to be using some concealer all over my spots and under my eyes to help brighten those up. Because as it said in the Harper's Bazaar 1957, the way to counteract shadows is to add light under your eyes. So, we're just going to start out by highlighting under my eyes. And going down in a bit of an angle. Okay, now just kind of tapping that right in. And using my buffing brush again. Alright, and now just covering up my little blemishes. And once again, using my buffing brush, just lightly make sure there are no lines or anything. Now to get that very flawless, sort of almost powdery looking 1960s finish, I'm going to be using some Cowgirl Dirt finishing powder. Just putting that all over a kabuki brush and just kind of putting that all over my face. Set everything, make sure everything else can go on smoothly. Now for blush, I'm going to be using another Cowgirl Dirt product, their Wild West blush in Buckle. And this is a very nice sort of mauve, rosy hued blush that's very natural and will work well for a natural 1960s look. So taking my EcoTools blush brush, I'm just going to be sucking in my cheeks and brushing from the back forward. Making sure that really blends in well. Now that I've done both sides, I'm going to once again take my buffing brush and just buff that in very, very lightly just to make sure there are no seams. It just blends in quite flawlessly. Moving on, we are now going to pay some attention to our eyebrows. So I'm going to be taking an eyebrow brush, the spoolie end, and just brushing down my eyebrows. That way I can sculpt them, because bold brows were very important in the 60s. I look quite funny right now. And I'm going to be taking a brown eyebrow pencil. I particularly like the Wet n Wild Cowgirl eyebrow pencil. And just lightly, with very light strokes, outlining my arch. So I finished my first eyebrow, now I'm going to move on to my second. So just brushing down the hairs and using the pencil to outline my arch. With light strokes. Okay, and then brushing up the hairs. And filling in. And as I fill in, I'm going to use a bit heavier strokes around the very, very sparse areas. And in order to blend out those heavy strokes, I'm just going to kind of buff it in with my spoolie brush to make for a very natural yet bold eyebrow. So now that I've finished filling in my eyebrows, I'm going to set them with some clear eyebrow gel. And this is especially helpful for you gals like me who have very long eyebrow hairs but can't afford to trim them because they're so sparse. So this is optional if you have short eyebrow hairs, but I would really recommend it if your eyebrow hairs are on the longer side. Just setting them with gel, and that's it. So I primed my eyes with my Mary Kay eye primer, and now I'm going to brush over some white eyeshadow. Now I'm using Cowgirl Dirt. I don't remember the name right now, but I'll put it in the video. Just patting that all over my lid, just for a very flawless finish on the eyelid. And getting up underneath the brow to highlight it. Now using the same pencil that I used to fill in my brows, I'm now going to do a very slight, subtle cat eye that was very popular in the 60s, especially for the more mature woman. Instead of doing like super dark black eyeliner, I noticed that they did more light brown cat eyes. So just lining my eye as you normally would. I'm now going to wing it out towards where my eyebrow ends, so kind of just angle it up like that and just sweep it up and fill in. Alright, I have the first eye done. Now I'm going to move on to my second eye. And this is really just supposed to kind of act like an extension of your eyelashes instead of like false eyelashes. It'll almost like give almost like a shadow that you have more eyelashes than you do. Okay, so to really get the fullest effect that you can out of your eyelashes, I'd recommend that you curl them, and I like an electric curler. And I'm just going to do that right now to my eyelashes and just press them up. Kind of like, almost like curling your hair, only you're curling your eyelashes. And now taking my Physicians Formula Organic Wear Mascara, I'm just going to layer that on my eyelashes. making sure though that you get a very non-clumpy, separated look. You don't want it to be like super thick, just aim for natural. But also pay attention to the corner lashes, your outer corner lashes. That way it can just kind of blend right in with that cat eye. And finally, to finish off this look, this is my favorite part. We get to use a nude lip crayon from BURTS. This is their lip crayon in Sedona Sands, and this is like the perfect nude for me, for my skin. But if you have an alternative, go ahead and use that. Just smoothing that all over your lips. And that is the finished look. A very nice, everyday, subtle 1960s inspired makeup look. So I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you'll join me for next time. Talk to y'all later. Bye. They holler, "Aw, beat me, Daddy, A to the bar."